Oh, hey, welcome back to another episode of Mountain Bike Q&A, folks. I'm your host, as always, Johnny U. Little podcast here where we like to get together and bring the mountain bike community together, where we learn a little bit more about mountain bikers from all over. I've never done that little intro like that. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to keep it that way. Anywho, I want to start off just by thanking. I was at the Ride and Shine event out in California a couple of weeks ago, and I want to thank everyone who was there to support it. And I also want to thank everybody who was there that supports me and wanted to ride with me. And I love going out there. It's like I go out there with open arms. You guys, SoCalers, North Calers, all the Calers, even the East Calers. I think that's right. Callies or Calers, whatever. I really appreciated you guys. It was a lot of fun. So much fun. I made a video if you guys want to go watch it. I was talking to these kids earlier. I'm horrible at content creating. I'm good at podcasting, I think. But putting all that stuff together, I was too busy having fun to record anything. Anywho, if you're new to the channel, if you could go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, thank you. Also, I am on the Spotify, the iTunes. If you could leave one of those little stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 preferably. Also, have a listen, leave a comment. This is going to be so much fun, folks. My guest tonight is Lily, a.k.a. Trail Farts. Trail Farts. I love it. The name got me following her, but her content and what she does got me interested in her. And I wanted to bring her on. I think what she does is incredibly awesome. So without further ado, let's bring her on. Lily.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
This is great. Thank you so much again for hopping on this.
Yeah, thank you.
I really appreciate it. We've got Trail Monster in the house saying, hey, Johnny, hey, Lily. You got your
Trail Monster.
You got Rapido Rafi MTB. He knows you.
Yeah, it's another soldier on Singletrack rider.
Nice.
The man, the myth, and the legend.
Ooh, a legend and a myth. Do we know Jeremy Taylor?
Name's familiar?
Name's familiar?
Oh, man, you're going to call me out with my inability to remember people.
Oh, yeah, well, me too. I'm horrible at that. Thank you so much for hopping on. And then we got the mountain bike ferals. You're the best, Johnny. It was so great. It was best meeting you. What a great couple out there in SoCal. So, Lily, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you talking to us from? Where are you talking? Where are you at right now? Where do you live? I told you I'm a bag of rocks.
So we'll get there somehow. I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So people who don't know, it's Eastern North Carolina, south of Raleigh, Sandhills region. It's exactly as it sounds. The hills is a little misleading. So the sand.
The sand? There's sand? Well,
lots of sand. Yeah.
Lots. I don't think North Carolina. I don't think lots of sand. I guess maybe on the east.
Yeah. It made its way over here. So.
Medi Trail Pimp just jumped in.
Pimp.
What's going on, man? Thanks for hopping on. So I forgot to warn you, my train will derail and it will come right back. So here it is. What do you do over there in the North Carolinas?
Well, I'm retired military. I was medically retired last year, just a little less than a year ago.
Oh, wow.
I was in the Army for 13 years. My husband's still active duty, so he's stationed at Fort Bragg, Fort Liberty now. Did the rename thing. And so I'm just here. I'm on summer break right now. I got out of the Army, didn't really using my veterans benefits to go to school. So I am a student and just living the unemployed student life right now. Kind of
but you're retired. You're 13 years in the Army. Thank you so much for your service. That's all. Do you like hearing that?
At best idea. I mean, I guess we could address it. I know it's going to have to be addressed eventually, right? So it was a joke. It started as a joke, and it was me and a buddy we're on a mountain biking trip. We were having some beers around the campfire, and I was trying to say Trail Forks. It's like, oh, you can find the map on Trail Forks, and I just said Trail Farts, and it was. I was like, oh, I should make that a name, and then I did, and then a few PBRs later, and your Trail Farts.
Yeah.
So
I love that. I saw that. Yeah, I got a little PBR thing on your Crocs.
yeah.
Yes. I love that about you. That's all I drink. If I'm drinking a beer, it's a red, white, and blue, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. They don't give a blue ribbon to second place. So.
Aaron Keys jumping in. Love it.
What's up?
Thanks so much for jumping in. No, but before that, I was asking, is it weird to have someone thank you for your service?
No, I mean, usually my response is, thank you for paying your taxes.
Which eventually paid you.
Yeah, now that I'm out of the Army, I can be a good steward of the taxpayer dollars. So, I'm just, thank you for paying taxes. I'm going to school.
Now, what'd you do in the Army again?
I started as an MP, so military police, Leonard Wood in Missouri. So I was in Missouri for a while, did my first deployment there. Went back from deployment and realized that MPs have to do law enforcement, and that's not my gig. So I switched careers to special operations and became a civil affairs medic. That's what I ended my career as a couple deployments later.
Nice. That's awesome. Holy cow. What an interesting life. Because you seem, and please don't take offense to this. You seem like you look very young. That's a compliment.
You'd be surprised.
To spend that many years, and it's almost like, did you start when you were 11?
Nope, I actually started after college. I'm college round 2.
Oh wow, good for you. Get smarter.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up.
Now, did the mountain biking stuff happen before, during, after the military?
During the service. So for the special operations, you have to go through a pretty lengthy school, and during the school, I picked up like I think it was a giant hardtail, had the old white Suntour forks, and I just rode the crap out of that thing. I don't think I cleaned the chain once.
Good for you.
And yeah, I just rode it to death. Did my first special operations deployment and was like, you know what, let's get a full suspension, and then just went on from there.
And sorry, got to give New Zealand a shout out. What's up, Marty?
Woo.
What up, mountain bike nerds? Love it. All the way from New Zealand, watching your pretty face. Look at that. So where did you start riding?
It was around here. So
okay, so
the sand. Yeah, I learned on sand, and I didn't, because after class, like first thing we did was learn a language. So during language, we'd get out at 4 p.m. and I would go over to the trails on post called Smith Lake, and I'd ride every day after language class, and no idea what I was doing. I didn't ride with anybody. It was not until, after I got back from my last deployment that I actually rode with people, and it was a Dirt Therapy Project. Got to give a shout out to them too. But it was one of their rides, and I showed up and was like, oh, wow, I got a lot to learn. And I was like, wow, my bike's kind of garbage, but been riding it. But yeah, I was like, at that point I realized that I had outgrown my bike.
Were you always a biker though, or just what got you onto the bike? Did you always ride when you were younger? Do you have a BMX background, or it was just something to kill time?
Yeah, it was. I think I just got sick of, we did a lot of running and rucking, and I wanted something low impact, and the bike just picked that up. And because I don't know, I was probably riding a Power Wheels with little blocks of wood on the wheels until I was like 12. I don't know. Now these kids got these crazy bikes and everything. Like, I wasn't huge. We rode greenways growing up, so I skateboarded some. My sport was snowboarding.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm in Eastern North Carolina, so that kind of died off. But yeah.
So you were snowboarding. Where have you always lived in North Carolina?
No, I'm from Ohio originally.
Oh,
so
okay.
went to Ohio University, and then when I joined the Army, went to Missouri. went to basic training in my military police training there, and then got stationed in Missouri right out of basic training. So I didn't even get to get a cool duty station. And from there, they just kicked us out the door to Afghanistan.
Oof, that's fun. More sand.
Something, yeah.
So
less sandy where I was, but yeah.
So what was it about the mountain biking that got you bit? When did you get bit? Was there a moment, or just the camaraderie that you had with everyone with dirt therapy? And
yeah, so I think what is, I went to that ride, and I remember it was online. I was like, I don't know, I kind of like riding my bike around. Let's go somewhere else that's not here, because I'd only rode like 3 or 4 trails, and it was out in Pisgah. It was at Black Mountain, and then a buddy that I went to the medic course with, I saw his name and I was like, are you the same person? Like, yeah, okay. I went out, rode with him, and was like, okay, this is cool. Like, this is really, really cool. These are awesome trails. I don't know what I was doing before in East North Carolina, but this is what I want to be doing, and I need a more capable bike. And went and picked up my Ibis that I still have, and that was it. I was like, wow, riding with people is something else. I mean, they were all waiting for me for I don't know how long. They probably wouldn't tell me. It was a while, because I was just riding my little crappy brakes all the way down, and I was like, all right, let's do that again.
Let's go again.
Yeah, it's just riding with all the different veterans. And actually that ride, Seth from Seth Bike Hack actually showed up to that one. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
I do remember he commented on my bike. He's like, it's probably the nicest way possible. He's just like, that is an interesting build.
Well, what do you got to do? Hold on. Sorry.
Oh,
again, Finland in the house. Yarno, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining us. With the Lily here. So you got to ride with Seth, and he's talking about your bike. What's going on with your bike? Why did you think it was an interesting build?
So it was a GT Sensor. So I had a pretty good bike for the time. I think it was like had to be a 2016, and maybe just standard, nothing fancy. But I had thumb surgery, so I had gone from, there was another bike in there. I did have a single speed hardtail that I'd been riding, and because I couldn't shift. And then I bought an Axis, like the electronic shifter. So I have this, like kind of entry level full suspension. It's got the, little did I know, like silver forks are kind of a giveaway for a cheaper fork, and I don't know, whatever. And yeah, I had some crazy bars on there, like all sorts of accessories. I don't know, when you first get into mountain biking, you think like the accessories make you faster. Now I just color code everything and it makes you faster. So
just make everything look pretty.
I think it was just the components that were on that bike, and it's just like, so what led you to this build? But hey,
the entry
I rode that bike for a long time.
Shifter on it.
Was that
the entry level bike with the really expensive electronic shifter on it?
Yeah. So I gotta do the Axis thing. I gotta hand it to it. It keeps me on the bike. So
nice. JT Dusty Dutchman is up in you're bringing them all in.
Hey,
everybody wants to know about trail farts.
Everybody's got good names.
The Dusty, mine's as generic as possible, but it explains everything. Your trail farts. I was telling you, I got a friend. I thought it was because you were trail forks. You said it's trail forks, and you accidentally said trail farts or something.
Yep.
I thought it was because of trail farts. I don't know if you guys out there in the comment section are watching later. I had a friend that was the gassiest rider.
I mean, you got to have some natural propellant somehow. So, yeah.
And we're off. Oh, man. So you got bit. What was it like meeting Seth? What's he like in person?
Just chill. He's a chill person. Yeah, just down to earth. And he actually helps out the veterans quite a bit. He had donated a bike. There's still a bike here, a couple of them in North Carolina for new riders to borrow. So yeah, he definitely supported us. So.
That's awesome to have somebody that big to support you guys. My wife is in here, Yo-Yo, on usernames that just stuck. I guess, yeah, trail farts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm Q&A, and I said keep it until you get canceled. Midwest represent. Aaron Key, what's going on? So you got you're big mountain biker now, and
Try.
so and you're retired. How long have you been retired? I'm sorry.
What is today? It's just under a year.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
What's it like being retired? Because I'm counting down the years, and I really wish it was counting down the minutes.
Well, retired is I'm gonna have to get a job eventually, but I'm just kind of living off the because when you go to school full time, you get housing allowance. So I'm just kind of doing that. I mean, it's weird. Like one day you have to ask permission to go further than 250 miles from your home station, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I can go fly. I mean, the first place I did is my friend. I have a good friend that lives in Arkansas, and I went and flew out there, and I was like, wow, I did this without asking for permission. This is crazy. And then I can do
Wow,
all sorts of other stuff without asking for permission. So
this is
it's
why.
yeah, you get like a really like a high kind of. You get
Oh,
out, and you're like, I can do anything. Like whatever. Here's my DD-214. Like shove it. Like whatever. And then yeah, you go to school, and you're like, okay, I'm this is kind of being a real person, but it is kind of weird going back to school with like I'm old person, and then there's a bunch of younger college students like first time, and
18,
it's a little
18,
weird.
19-year-olds, and you're like, but that's what's great about college. You're all just there to learn.
Oh yeah, learn. Yeah. I am. Yeah, some
For,
of that.
for you, you're older. You're learning. For me, it was beer bongs.
Yeah, it's yeah. I did the Ohio University thing, full blown. But I mean, I did graduate, which I mean, that school is known for super seniors.
Yeah, God, yeah, I did 6 years of college. I didn't want to graduate.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
just collecting credits now. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You have to grow up.
So what's that like? No, you did many moons of service. Like you said, you can go anywhere. The leash is off, if you will,
Yep.
and you did great. You probably loved what you did, or you wouldn't have done it for so many years. And now you've got this sense of freedom. Eh, You went to Bentonville. Have you gone anywhere else? Has there been other mountain bike trips?
Yes, actually, yeah. There's I'm gonna probably shout out some other organizations. So some
Yeah,
other ones that helped
yeah.
us. National Ability Center in Park City, Utah, has awesome programs. They have they work with in conjunction with some other organizations. Task Force Dagger is a huge one, and they have trips out there. So the first one I went to was a snowboarding one, and realized that I actually missed snowboarding, and because I thought I was going to sell the board, and then I went to Moab earlier this year, so I got to do the White Rim. So
Oh,
that
wow.
was super cool because we did. There was 3 veterans, and then 3 adaptive riders, and then the staff. So that was a really cool experience. And I'm about to go back out there in another week or two to go ride Park City in Deer Valley. Yeah.
It's
So
awesome. That's just
yeah,
awesome to hear that you're free of being having a, can I go on a trip?
yeah, right, yeah,
Or do what you or Yarnos, do what you want, like eating dessert before a meal, and nobody can tell you no adulthood rules. That's
yeah,
awesome. Yeah. Um,
exactly.
so you said you went to Arkansas. Did you go to Bentonville?
Yep. Yeah, my friends, they live in I've been to Bentonville a couple times. They live in Springdale. So it's like between Fayetteville, the other Fayetteville,
Yeah.
and Bentonville. So I go out there and hang out with them, and they've taken me up to Bentonville a few times. So
What'd you
yeah,
think? Because I went to the festival.
I think I would avoid I went to the oh, it's the name's escaping me. It's a women's event. Oh, that's
Oh,
bad.
come on,
Right, it's right
Mia.
there. Somebody knows this. Women of Oz.
Women of I saw it was. I was
There
like,
it is.
wow.
Wowza, yeah, the Wowza Fest.
Women of
I don't think
Oz.
it's Wowza, but I'm gonna call it that now. That's it. It's
Okay.
sticking. So I went
Yeah.
to Wowza Fest.
Women of Oz. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, actually, Kenny had the hookup, for that and was like, "Hey, you wanna go to this?" I went to that, um, experienced that was an experience that was a lot for me because I don't know if I don't think I was out of the military. I think I was still in the military when I went there,
Oh,
actually,
wow.
the first time. Um Yeah, so I went to the Women of Oz event, and it was really cool. That's a great event if you're a female rider and you're kinda apprehensive about getting started.
Mhm.
That's a great event to go to. And the big crowds and all the events, I'm not sure, I could handle that anymore because 'cause I'm like one of the ones. I love Pisgah because I can go and not see anybody, see
Oh,
just
wow.
mountains and everything, me and my bike or me and the crew and bikes, and, like, I like that. I'll do the big crowd sometime, but, man, I think I would just be the person, like, backing in a corner in one of those fests 'cause the women a lot there was huge. It was, like, a little overwhelming for me, but it was fun. It's a good event, and I'm kinda sad to see they didn't put it on this year, but I think they got big things coming next year.
They didn't put it on this year?
They took a break, yeah. I don't
Okay.
know the details, I'm not
Okay.
linked in with
No, I
them.
remember seeing lots of video from my friend, Mia from the Women's Mountain Bike Network
Mhm.
posted some videos of that, and it's just if you're a woman mountain biker, it looked like so much fun because 'cause I'm
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy. Like, you get me in festival with lots of people, I'm like, "Ah!"
"Oh, hey, people," yeah.
I'm pretty good at handling it. What'd you think about, Bentonville, the riding? Holy cow,
It's
it's so
yeah.
well, I'm sorry, but it's so
Oh,
I
yeah.
live in Miami, so there's no elevation at all. It's just pedaling and doing, techie stuff and whatever, but it was different for me.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you feel?
So I've seen Bentonville, the first time I rode Bentonville was with my friend, and she just rented us some cruiser e-bikes. I didn't know the mountain bike. I mean, I took it off the side, probably where I shouldn't. And, "Sup, Raffy?"
There
And,
you go. Like and subscribe.
yep, there you go. And it was the accessibility to the trails and the scene is what makes it. I tell people all the time, like, you don't really go there just for the trails. It's from my perspective. I mean, they're amazingly groomed trails. They're amazing trails. There's so much to do. The progression there is, I wouldn't say, I don't know. I haven't rode enough places to say it's unmatched, but it's pretty awesome. As far as that, that's why I say it's a great place for beginner riders. And if you just want to chill with friends or a big group, and that's a great place. I don't know if I'd live there. I like being out where I'll be happy if I can walk out my front door and not see people, but
It's
now I'm
awesome.
coming off as antisocial here, sorry. I'm
No,
really
I
not.
just I love the difference between the personalities and stuff. I know some other people that are content creators that aren't good with lots of people, and I find it interesting because we are kind of like putting ourselves out there.
Yeah,
Um, One
all of
Eye
a sudden the
Blind, what's
street's
going on?
gone.
It's a Bentonville. I met him out in Bentonville. Uh, Bentonville was so, and I survived the tornado. I would
Oh,
have
you were
slept.
there for that? Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
slept.
was
I would have slept through it, but my wife woke me up.
mm,
What's interesting you say about that, I thought was interesting, is all levels of riding out there.
mhm.
And my wife doesn't ride, but kicking ourselves in our butts for not getting her on a bike out there because there's so much. The accessibility, like
Yeah.
you said, you go from slaughter pen and then you just ride a little bit. And I had an e-bike. I'm a big guy. I need an e-bike.
Oh,
There's a
that's
lot of
cool.
climbing.
No
And
hating on
then
the e-bikes.
next thing you know, you're at the castle.
Yep.
And then you're over here. And then it's just everywhere. It's so mind-blowing for someone like
Mhm.
me.
Yeah, yeah, Raffy was down there. He said that tornado was brutal. Yeah, he went out there for that one. I think he left, like, I don't know. When'd you leave, Raffy?
Let's leave, Raffy. I was there. I didn't see you.
Yeah, y'all cross paths.
Come on, man. Watch the cleanup still. He's saying,
Oh, yeah.
Zach doing things. Lily
Hey,
is a goat. That's why I brought her on, brother.
that's the guy that got me in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he introduced me to Soldiers on Singletrack, so that's the man right there.
No, okay. So you're a soldier. You're Army, and you did your years, and you started getting involved with these different organizations. Talk to me about Dirt Therapy. How did you first get involved with them, and what do they do? And we'll get to soldiers.
Yeah, it's really the same mission, and that's why I kinda, like, cross paths. I mean, I know Kenny will talk about later, but Kenny and Jonathan both know each other and are supportive of each other. It's like somehow bikes have brought all of these veterans together to do basically the same thing. Get veterans on bikes for recreational therapy. That'd be my one-liner. And they both do the same thing. So dirt therapy, I found on Facebook, I think, and I have a really bad memory. So yeah, I think found them on Facebook, and was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to do one of these rides, and that's the ride I was talking about with Seth, and that's what I was like. All right, this is worth investing in, like my time, effort, money, more bike parts, more, just keeps going. So, and then on those rides, Zach introduced me to Soldiers on Singletrack, and so they started in 2002, and just have kind of gone from there. I raced with the jersey for like last year. When did I start? They all blend together. Race for that, and then here.
So with the dirt therapy and Soldiers on Singletrack, was this something that you wanted to get involved with? And I don't want to get too personal. Was it something that you personally needed? Did you need that, what you're giving back?
Yeah, I think it's something sometimes you don't know what you need.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of veterans are like that, especially when you get out, because you get out, and like I said, you're on that high, you're like, I can do whatever I want, and I'm gonna go ride bikes, whatever. And then you realize that, because half of me, I was like, I don't want I don't want that to be my personality. Oh, I'm out of the Army, I'm being my own person and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But as much as you want to do that, like, especially if you spend a significant time in the military, like, you're not going to get away from it. So just like embrace what you've had experienced. Because I think I really got into it is like kind of in between a couple deployments. So I went to one deployment, which was actually pretty chill, and then went to Syria after that one. And I think after that one is when I really got into it. And you don't really think about it. I don't think I went there. I was like, I need to ride my bike to whatever, to clear my head. But riding the bike, you realize that what it can do for like just clearing your head, clearing your mind. Like I tried, like I'm doing some gravel, and like I have to listen to podcasts, like, or like books while I'm on gravel, because
oh wow,
it's like that's why I don't run anymore. Or like the reasons, like I won't run from fire, but that used to be my thing when I was in the Army. I would run, but like you're just there with your head. And mountain biking, like you got to pay attention to what you're doing, or you're gonna hit a tree. Sometimes you're paying attention and you hit trees anyway. They just
jump out in front of you anyway.
Yeah. I've gotten pretty close with nature. So
tree hugging.
Yeah, tree hugging, dirt licking, whatever.
I think that's what a lot of and I mention it and I talk about it all the time. I'm in therapy. And I think we all need a little bit of it. I call it pedal therapy. I always hashtag pedal therapy on anything I post, because it's just you and what's in front of you. And it's so great to just have that peace. Nothing else that's bugging you up here is there. It's so gone. It's such this guy is just
grabbed by sand. Yeah. See the sand. He knows.
Let him take over. No, I love it, man. I appreciate you jumping on, man. This is great. So you didn't know you needed it until you needed it or got involved in it. How much more did you get involved in it? You went from riding to being part of it now. How did that come about?
That's Kenny's fault. Not in a bad way.
By the way, folks, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. By the way, Kenny is in the green room right now. We're going to bring him on. He is responsible for the Soldiers on Singletrack. We're going to know a little bit more about Lily, and then we'll pop him in. Okay.
Where was I?
No. So we were talking about, like, when did you start getting like involved in like being a part of it?
Yeah. I just started going to rides, and then Kenny came out with his friend Tom, and we rode Canoga. We had an event at Canoga. We got a rental Airbnb, had a whole bunch of veterans come in. I don't know how many we had. It had to be close 10 or more. I know some people had to come and go, but it was a ton of us. We just did ride Canoga. Kenny's a level 2 instructor, and then some of our more experienced. There's the two Zachs, so there's two of them. And they're both out in Brevard, and they helped instruct too. 21. We had 21. Thanks, Zach. 21 riders.
Nice.
Math isn't my thing. So yeah, that was pretty awesome to like Kenny came out and made in person. And that was because of the two Zachs, because those two had done so much. And this is before I got involved, done so much out in North Carolina, the Southeast. So they're the Southeast leads. And talk about train drills. I'm like the little push cart on the train.
Don't worry, we got plenty of time.
Yep. There you go.
Oh.
There you go, Trail Monster. Sorry, I'm reading things. I'm just easily distracted. Ooh, candy.
So yeah, get involved. Got squirrel.
Yeah, and then he went out there, handed out race jerseys, and I was like, I'll try this racing thing. No idea what I was doing. So started doing enduro racing, fell in love with it, loved it. Usually I'm racing against myself, whether that's in my head or actually racing against myself. But hey, I got a podium with myself. So yeah, I beat myself down the mountain, and that's all that matters. I mean, the racing, it's fun. It gets you riding more than you would normally. Like there's a lot of things that I would just be like, nah, not today. But then you're like, well, I have to because I'm racing. And you do it, and you're like, you reach your limits. Kind of went off on a tangent there. But yeah, so started racing with the team, and then we would do rides, do more organized rides. My thing to do is go out to Pisgah for like 3 days for the entire weekend and camp, ride, get as many people involved as I can.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then we just started doing more rides. And early this year, Kenny asked me he wanted to do a women's chapter, and I was like, okay, here I am.
That's awesome. How and is there a women's chapter? I mean, do you have a good following or a good group ride?
So as far as a group ride, there's one other person in North Carolina located with me where we ride. So I ride with her every now and then. Most of the women are all spread out. So the goal in the near future is to get all of us together at like a bike park or something. Probably something central location, really cool, Colorado or something. Yeah.
It's just amazing. I'd love, so I'm a solo rider, and to hear about all these group rides. Like I said, I was just out in California, and then before that I was in Bentonville and just riding with people. And it was just the community. Like you said, you're racing against yourself. That's what's great about this community. There's no egos, just people having fun, sharing the stoke. I have to do that because I've never used that word in my life until I started this thing.
I just throw out all sorts of words now. And your vocabulary.
It's great that you've got something going on that you're helping people. What is involved? And I guess, should we bring Kenny on now?
Sure.
Can we talk? Because I really want to dive into what you guys do and what's your involvement and stuff, and maybe he can get in there as well. Dig deep. Kenny, are you ready to come on? Let me look at him. Okay, he's giving me the thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny.
Hello.
Founder of Soldiers on Singletrack.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Hey, thank you for coming on with Lily. I really appreciate this.
Yeah.
Or trail farts. And you are Kenny on his bike?
Honestly, I just changed it. It used to be it's Kenny on his bike or something like that. Let me double check.
Yeah,
I just switched it, so yeah, Kenny on his bike. It was 11B to MTB, and I just switched it.
Zach doing things. Loves some Kenny. Loves himself some Kenny. Would you love me and hit a like and subscribe, please? I'm just a little guy. I'm trying to make my way. So, Lily, please explain how you got in touch with that guy right there. That's the hard thing. Yeah, try
backwards.
Yeah, it's weird. It's messing me up.
That way, down there. Hi. What's up, Kenny?
So how did you meet each other?
I met him when he came out to North Carolina. So he came out to that ride, met him in person. And I've just been on phone calls and social. I think that's the only time we've met in person because we're on literal opposite sides of the country. yeah, just been, and he gave us the, I guess, freedom to run the chapters. So like the Zach's running the chapters, and I just tagged along.
No, but how, like, what, were you want to ride with them? Is that how you met?
Yep, it was the retreat, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So last year I came out. We did like a race camp, but it was like a organized ride that, and we kind of focused kind of on riding techniques, and then like those that were interested in like race lines, how to focus on those tactics, I guess. But yeah, that was actually when I first met Lily. I mean, the Zacks have done an amazing job. Lily's said it. They're leading the southeast area, and they've, like Lily was saying, they've been putting on mass amount of group rides and creating the stoke, if you will, using those words. But it's been an amazing thing to watch, and because I'm on the West Coast, so I've only been over twice. But every time I go over, man, it's amazing to see the crew in that area, and the camaraderie that they have for each other is pretty amazing to see from afar.
That's awesome. And I love the Zacks. It sounds like a real estate firm.
Yeah, it's the Zach Square. Zach. I mean, the list goes on.
The Zach.
Exact little Zach.
So when you first met Lily, Kenny, what was your impression? Did you want her on board right away? Was it something, or did she come to you and say, I'll do this?
So Lily's been an amazing contribution to the organization, like from day one, wanting to help out in any way possible. And we have been slowly adding pieces to the organization. Like she said, we're still pretty baby. Like we just hit our 3rd year. So like it's still very basic, figuring things out, not figuring things out, but we're trying to grow as a social growth of the organization. And we saw like a very vital part that was missing, and that was adding Lily as a women's chapter lead, so that as we grow, we can start implementing, women's only veteran women coming together and riding together, because that's what this is built off of, is, rebuilding that community that most veterans feel like they either don't have or lost after they got out, even active duty, and then giving them challenge and purpose through mountain biking. And so you add that in, and it's a perfect fit. So it was kind of like a no-brainer for my side of things to ask Lily to jump in with me.
Now, and for people who don't know, you are also a veteran as well. But while you're talking about Lily, I'm looking at Lily, and I can see her beaming a little bit. His kind words. How does that? And this is so newsy, but and I'm in the news business. Sorry, but to be a part of this, and to be asked to be a part of this, and to have somebody speak highly of you about what you're doing for this community of veterans, I mean, does that give you all warm and fuzzy inside? I mean, knowing what these veterans are going through.
Yeah. Or I'm not really good talking about myself, I guess, really, or like,
it's hard.
Yeah, a little awkward, but no, yeah, Kenny means a lot. Because it does mean a lot to me, especially being able to take a little bit of a lead, and find women, and like reach out and find women. And I mean, I just found one the other weekend. I went on a women's group ride, and shout out Dirt Skirts. Yeah, they're awesome. And yeah, found a veteran female, and it was cool to find someone, explain what we do, and her immediate reaction was like, how do I get involved? How do I help? I was like, all right, like, it cool, because in that right there, like you're saying, like you don't know what you need until sometimes it's right in front of you, like falls in your lap, and you're like, okay, this, having that purpose is, yeah, you get out and you're just like, cool, and what do I do now? Like, go to school, be an adult. I'm really trying to avoid being an adult, but
a bike will keep you young.
Yeah, keep you young and broken.
Well, my question is, because I know nothing about it. I didn't serve, and I would not be able to, and you don't want me to. I'm too old now. For people who don't know, getting out after serving, especially even being deployed and seeing some of the stuff that you guys see, getting back to reality. My ex-father-in-law was a Vietnam vet, and he still, had some things going on. Like it's tough. So what's it like coming back to normalcy, if you will? If you either one of you can take that. And how hard is it?
It's a big transition. Some people are able to adapt to it pretty quick. Others, it takes them a lot of time. It took me actually until I started this organization. So I actually got out in 2010, and I didn't start this until technically 2022. So it took me a long time to really hone in on figuring things out. Like I could survive and I could do things in real life, but I didn't have a purpose, like a truly driven purpose for myself until I hopped back on bikes. And then that summer of 2021 is kind of where the idea of the organization came to be. And I kind of just, with the help of my wife, figured it out and just went with it. And then because of the powers that be with the algorithm and all those things, that's how I've gotten connected with all these amazing people and have been able to spread the joy that is mountain biking through the veteran community. I mean, a lot of veterans and active duty people are already riding bikes for enjoyment. And then they realize, oh, wow, like the mental aspect of this is huge. And then if I do it with another group of veterans, oh, wow, it's even better. So it's just like taking that piece and being and adding to it and layering it on top of each other to kind of help with that transitional piece. And then you have a group of people that have been in that same type of situation, regardless of your MOS. So that's your job, or deployment status or what have you, or even what branch you served in. Like we're all kind of in it together. Like obviously we give each other a lot of crap depending on jobs and what branch you're in, but it's all in good fun, and it's bringing people together.
Now, how many different branches of this soldiers on single? I told you I mess it up constantly. Soldiers on Singletrack. Do you have? Is there like a membership, or you guys just have people that come together? Do you know numbers?
Like overall numbers, or just like all from the branch? So like technically we have at least someone from each branch, even the new Space Force branch. We have a couple people that are from that. So it just kind of like it's a melting pot. We get if you have served at any point in time, you're more than welcome to come join in on our rides, and that's what we're here for and what we want to be doing. And it's not specific to just mountain biking or downhill mountain biking. Like Lily said, like she's gravel riding. Like we have a big gravel race coming up, and we have a big group of guys and gals coming out to do it. I did it last year. I'm going to be a cheerleader this year because I know what it's like, and everyone else gets to enjoy it. But like we span all different disciplines and all different walks of life. So that's what it's about, is just getting the group of veterans together.
Nice. My wife's jumping in here. So Lily and Kenny are built to connect and help people first in the service and then mountain bike and veterans. I hope they both realize how important you guys are.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm hot, man. I live in Miami. And the AC hasn't kicked on for like an hour. But let me bring this up. Here's the website. Soldiers on Singletrack. This is your website, right? I didn't pull up someone else's.
No, that's us. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see myself and both.
Yeah. The Zacks.
Yep. And then there's a bunch of us, and then Sean and.
Okay, this is just. I mean, you've got, our mission is to support veterans in managing service-related stress by providing a community of like-minded individuals who are pursuing a common purpose. I liked that it was you guys, the stress related. Mm-hmm. And we all have stresses, but your stress is far exceed anything from me being a photographer at a news station. So, I mean, it's important what you're doing. Do you ever feel like that? You're like, I got something going good here, and I'm helping out. I'm helping my brothers out, my sisters out.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that I did it selfishly, but it was for the veteran community in mind. We as veterans are very much connected. No matter, like I said, no matter the branch or the job, you're all connected in some way, and you're generally wanting to give back to that community in some way because they have been with you through the blood, sweat, and tears. So to give back into it in some way, like I just found the way that I could give back in my capacity and through a passion that I have. And it has been able to bring people like Lily in, and it just grows further and further. And before we know it, it's just going to be a household name. It's going to be something that people just know what it is.
It's amazing how many different veteran groups of riders are out there. I've met the bomber crew out in California, and I've heard of some others. I met somebody else. Who was it? The EVA. Not all wounds are visible. Do you know EVA?
They're down in SoCal as well.
International Veterans Association. Yeah, I met him out in California. Pulled up in a really cool van. It was stickered out and logoed out and whatnot. Jeff Jackson here. What's going on, brother? Hello, love this. I volunteered for the Warrior Festival in Arizona last year, and it was amazing. That's awesome. Do you guys get involved in stuff like that, Lily? Go out to
kind of at the budding phase of that. So yeah, we have like some local stuff that we've been involved with out here. Like me personally, are just gone out and basically made a presence with some of the either local Sorba chapters. Sorba, I guess the southern off, like the IMBA chapter for the Southeast. In case anybody didn't know that one, like some NICA coaches. It's just getting out there, being involved in other people's stuff, and getting the Soldier on Singletrack name out. So that's on my side, but as big, I know Kenny's more involved. Absolutely.
Their project is a good one. Right. So what's involved in these? Are they just rides, or do you guys just, when you're done, you grab yourself your PBRs and you talk shop about being and kind of let people therapy you're talking afterwards and tell stories? And
yeah, so from my aspect, it's really, really neat to watch because I have been fortunate enough last year to travel to all these different groups. And, obviously being the founder, there's like the aspect of leading it, but then I'm also in the background watching and letting other people lead and do things. So I get to see the whole aspect of it. And it's really neat to come to these big, like we have group rides throughout our different chapters. And the ones that I've been able to attend, like we'll have groups of people show up. And, you have your regular people that show up to those rides. And then we also have people that will travel and come join in on those rides that have never met anybody. And from the beginning of that ride to the end of the ride, it is really neat to watch those people connect and be able to share their stories throughout that ride and their experiences. And then by the end of that, like they're exchanging numbers, they're going on rides together outside of what we have going on. And like they're connecting on a deeper level. And it's been pretty amazing to watch on my end, and then to see the friendships that are growing because of that.
And Lily, in your experience with being in these rides and stuff with veterans, do you have that same experience of where you guys can actually, because you can't connect with guys like me. You can't sit there and talk stories and I go, oh yeah, I get it.
I just talk about bikes, but yeah, no, it's I think some of the most meaningful experiences I've had are we'll do like camping trips sometimes. And sometimes those camping trips where you'll go ride, have a big day, you get done, you'll cook around the campfire and just like have a few beers, relax, and then just talk. And like a lot of them, yeah, some of the people where you just get to know them excuse me, over those rides, and then just being able to chill and camp with them, then wake up and then do it all over again. I think that's where you'll see a lot of the you can just tell that some people need that. They need to get out, decompress, do something active, and then just be with people that have had similar experiences.
And have you made through all this, either one or both of you, have you guys made good connections, great friends through this?
Oh yeah, most of my friends.
Well, yeah, because you guys, and again, I mean, we could talk bikes and we could talk about bikes and whatnot on this channel, but you guys have, again, that connection. You guys know what you all went through and can relate, and that's amazing. Kenny, starting this little thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is it is a, oh God, what is it? It is a nonprofit, if you will. This is a nonprofit, so people can actually. Oh, here it is, the 501c3. People can support. How can people support? I know they can do this, but are there other ways that people can support? God, are there other ways other than donating that people can support soldiers on Singletrack?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the financial piece is a big piece where we can actually like help organize these rides, get bikes built. That's something we do. We take funds and donations of in kind, so like parts, frames, forks, everything that you need for a bike. And what we do is we'll put it together, and then we actually give that bike out to a veteran that doesn't have access to one. We did one a couple months ago to a rider up in Spokane, Washington. We actually had a whole bike donated, and then we were able to get that out. In the past, we've had 2 other people that we've built bikes for through donations, and able to get them out on rides with the groups in their local area. So, in-kind donations is a big one. Getting in contact with us through the website, and we could get you connected with the groups in the area to help with fundraisers or organizing rides, or just like, wanting to help out. We could definitely use the help in certain areas wherever people are at.
And you got merch.
We do have some merch. We're working on getting some more merch because we're running low, but we do have merch on there as well.
My wife said
we have some Southeast specific merch as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if that stuff, you have to get a hold of the Zacks, or me. Hit us up, and if you want a jersey, we have the Southeast specific jerseys. We still got a few of those that we need to sell, or these shirts.
Oh, Benjamin Raymond. Oh, he's showing it off. Ben, turn around. I see your sticker all the time. There it is. It's pretty badass. Gotta be honest with you, it's pretty cool. Kenny looks great in Lycra merch. Benjamin Raymond.
Ben would know.
Yes. Yes, one too. So the donations and stuff, you're getting bikes, you're getting people on bikes with this money. You're not. Are you putting on events with it? Oh, before that? How many different chapters do you guys have? I know Lily's running.
Yeah, so I've broken it. We've kind of changed the structure of our groups. So we've broken it into regions. So we have our Pacific Northwest, our Southwest, Northeast, and Southeast, and then Colorado.
And then Colorado.
And then Lily is part of our women's group. So like that, those are our regions and our groups. And then within that, because of those regions, we have leaders of those regions. And then within that, we're slowly, if they're big enough, like the Southeast covers all of the Southeast. So we're getting leaders for each individual state as well to kind of help, because it's a big ask for like, hey, we got a weekend ride up in Pisgah. But someone's down in Miami, and like that's a big ask for someone to come up for the weekend, last minute. If it's something they could plan, then yeah, it's doable for some people. But being able to zone in per region in each state helps out a lot.
You've got something big going on here, man.
That's the goal.
It's
international.
So international. You got New Zealand listening in on this.
Right.
Let's get him on here.
That's over there.
So again, Lily, you're part of the Southeast Women's chapter, but there's a whole chapter where you're at, right? Oh, puppy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm in her room. It's her room.
Hi, puppy.
That's bye. Okay, she's gone.
I got 2 dogs. Every time I see a dog, it's like, yay, puppy.
Yeah, she's wondering what I'm doing in here.
So are you still involved with just the regular chapter of this?
Yeah, so I coordinate with the Zacks quite a bit for rides, because like honestly, yeah, that's where I like to ride. A lot of the crew out here is really big into park or like lift access, so we just did a ride at Beach Mountain, and then yeah, so the Zacks will come out to there, and then I wasn't there. We had a couple other crew go out to Rock Creek, and so yeah, we'll go out there a lot. Then we also have I have people all the way over in Wilmington that are pretty good crew, and we did a Memorial Day ride at a place down there. There actually is some elevation over there, but yeah, it was fun. So yeah, we just kind of everywhere from Southeast, and because it's, as I said before, like you have Charlotte and then the East and the West, so it's kind of hard to get past Charlotte. It's like a 4 or 5 hour drive depending when you're going. So we have a pretty good crew over here, and then yeah, San Lee, a couple of the parks out here that are pretty fun. So it's hard, like Kenny said, it's hard to the access to be able to take the time off to drive. That's kind of a luxury that a lot of people don't have. So we're just trying to find as many people in as many areas that can link up and ride.
And how often do you do these rides?
I mean, I think we try to get them about once a month, give or take. Yeah.
And do you just throw out a flyer or the socials or
socials?
Almost all of this has been built off of Instagram or word of mouth. And so, yeah, like the leads will send us our information over to us, and then we'll throw it up on the socials, and then it goes from there. And then they do like other offshoot rides. Like we'll do a big monthly ride, but don't feel like that's it. Like they do like a weekly ride. Like especially in the Southeast, they are constantly like, hey, I'm going to be here this weekend. Never like a couple people will link up. So it's not just a one and done per month. Like there's opportunities to ride a lot.
Yeah, that's like the announced ones. There's a lot of unannounced where like you get in on the Instagram chat, or we have I have lost track of how many different chats I'm in. But yeah, we try to get out because there's different. There's always going to have little subgroups of like what people like to ride and where they're at. So yeah, we have like, hey, I'm going to go ride San Lee. And then all of a sudden there's 10 people.
What? Hold on. My sister just jumped in. Hi, Tara. My sister's supporting me. Person turquoise waving speech. Okay. I don't get that for some reason. Who's strangling a kitten? I thought I heard some. That's why I was doing that kind of weird. I heard some weird noise.
It's probably you hear my kids yelling in the back.
Oh, okay. I thought
somebody they're like outside, but
okay, that's fine. It's just like
if you hear snoring, it's my other dog that's like right behind me.
That's great.
She's back there snoring. So
now, separately, and I know you created it, and you're a big part of it. What has this done for you guys personally to be a part of this and to get to be involved in this and to create it? Lily, take it away.
Honestly, I didn't really think I was like, yeah, I knew I was part of something bigger, but I didn't think I was like personally a part of it. Like I thought I was like a participant for a while, and it went from participant to Kenny's like, hey, would you like to lead a women's chapter? And okay. Like, okay. Like, and I think, it's one of those things, like whether I'd like to admit it or not, like it's nice being able to like plan events and then see the result, which is just veterans getting together on bikes and just having a good time. And then having a good time, you get your mental therapy from that. You get people that will go and they'll have those conversations that need to be had, and you just see people connecting, and it's just the bikes that bring us all together.
That's awesome. Kenny?
Yeah, I mean, from day one, you know, it was what I wasn't sure which route this was going to go. Actually, when I very first started, this is part of the reason why I got my coaching certification. I was ignorant and thought I was the only veteran riding mountain bikes, and so I got my coaching certification because I was like, I'm going to have to coach a lot of veterans how to ride bikes. And it has actually been the exact opposite. I've, because of the powers that be of the algorithm and things, I've gotten connected with a ton of people that have already been riding bikes. And just adding that mental aspect for it is really, it's kind of like the aha for a lot of them. And getting together as a group and pushing themselves and having that challenge of mountain biking, because, you know, you're never perfect. So there's always a challenge, always something to add to whatever discipline you're doing. And so to see where it has gone and where it's continuing to grow has been pretty amazing to watch and be a part of. And I'm very fortunate to obviously be a part of it. Even though it's like kind of my brainchild, like I'm still very fortunate to be a part of it and to be helping guide it in a direction that the group wants it to go.
Yeah.
I'm not, this is mine and all the ideas are mine. Like I'm very much like, I ask the Southeast group, our Northwest group, I ask all of them like, hey, this is an idea I have. What do you guys think? And they tell me yes or no, or give me another idea. Like the idea was to get veterans together. And the idea is to have the veterans run it and push it into a direction that they think is going to be best for future veterans.
So you're not like the hammer boss. You're like, this is mine. This is how it's going. It's very collaborative with everybody who's involved.
Very much so.
The Zacks.
Yes.
You got to get a real estate company going on because it's great. I just bought a house from the Zacks. I don't know why it's cracking me up. But Lily, you're also, and I see this on your Instagram. You're a coach.
Just got my level 1. Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations. What's involved in that?
So it's through the PMBIA. So oh man, I'm not going to try to Professional Mountain Bikers Instructor Association. Yeah. So there's like 2 ones. So you go and they had there was like a pre-test form. Like you have to go, you read all the documents, study up, do your form. And then it was 3 days. And I was lucky enough to have it in DuPont. And lucky enough, my instructor was actually a female, Shauna, Endless Bike Girl, shout out. So she was my instructor. So yeah, and actually ended up running up to her on rides. And there's basic things. I learned that a basic wheel lift was something that I had just neglected to ever learn. So, and like Shauna worked with me on that. That was really the only thing that was besides teaching mountain bike. So you do have to have that ability to instruct, which I have a pretty big background in as far as the military. I've taught medicine and like just basic medicine to other people. So I'm not something I was unfamiliar with, but then you put me in that situation. It was just wild. So you have to learn how to instruct bike things. And I had never taken a lesson in my life. Probably it showed there, but I would recommend if anyone's going to take one, take a lesson in there, because I was just like, wow, this is how you're supposed to actually bike. So yeah, you do that, and then 3 days you go teach some classes and ride bikes. It's a lot of fun.
See, that's amazing to me. I've been riding for over 25 years and I'm still horrible. I should take a lesson. Like, you always because I always just ride because I like riding. It's fun. But I can always get better. I'm going on 53 in a couple months. And man, I'm going to look for lessons.
There you go. Yeah.
And you're a coach too. You're a level 2.
Yeah. Okay. Level 2 air certified coach.
Now, would you suggest it? I mean, for a guy who's been riding for 25 years and still sucks, I think so.
You know, what's really funny is, so like side gig outside of this, when I got my certification, the person who gave me mine, owns a local tour company where I live. And at the end of it, he's like, "What are you doing this summer?" I said, "Well, outside of trying to get veterans on bikes, nothing." And so they offered me a job to coach. And so with that, this year, I've been doing a lot of coaching early season. And it was a massive shift this year. I've had more and more people that have been riding for 20 plus years that have never had coaching session ever. And it's just like one of those things, like everyone just kind of figured it out as they went and like, yeah, this kind of works for me. And the amount of people that left that had like way more confidence riding their bike afterwards, and just like a lot of like, oh, this is how you're actually supposed to do it. So I always recommend it. And it's always the fundamentals. You don't realize how much of your riding is based off of fundamentals.
Yeah. There are a lot of wooden features here in Miami. Google Virginia Key.
We have a group out there.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they?
They're down stretched throughout Florida, but there's a couple people down near neck of woods.
Oh, Virginia Key. Yeah. It's all wooden features, and I'm not really good with skinnies. I could probably work on that. And after being at Sky Park and Bentonville, I'm not used to taking my bike up to any sort of speed.
Yeah.
You only go as fast as you pedal pretty much here. And then I was out in California, and I found myself like just burning through brakes. I mean, I went down some stuff and I cleared it, but I was going like, they're all down at the bottom smoking cigarettes, eating pizza, waiting for me. It's like, where's Johnny? Didn't he come down with us? And I'm like, made it down, but still, I'm a mess.
Yeah.
Young Tom Fury.
That's my husband.
Oh, hi, husband. Like and subscribe.
He's had one semi lesson, but yes, she's correct.
Oh, I need. You know what? I'm going to look into. Maybe that'd be like a birthday gift for me. Getting some lessons. Yes, get certified and coach. My buddy from home, Dave Urell. Hey, real quick off the side, Dave. I've got your koozies and stickers that I said I was going to send you. I got them right here. I just haven't put them in an envelope yet. I'm horrible at that. Okay, back to you. Okay, hold on. Mountain bike ferals. Let's bring some people on. That's so true. I took a cornering clinic and learned that I had a lot of bad habits, but also learned crucial skills. Aaron Key, really want to get my certificate too.
Another SOSer. That's our Northeast right there.
Yeah.
I learned how to break taking OTB classes. Yeah, I've taken a few of those classes. So you would recommend, and before you got these certifications, and I know we're straying a little bit off your whole what you guys do and how awesome you guys are for doing it, but has it made you guys? I guess it has made you more confident riders.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing is like being able to articulate what you need to articulate to someone that's trying to like, hey, am I doing this right? It's not like, yeah, just go fast and pull up, you're actually able to look at how they're riding and able to adjust their body position or what they're doing, whatever it may be. It helps break it down, and you're able to articulate those things in a way where people can be like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do.
Also, you get the bad advice is your bike just wants to go.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of using that, telling somebody, your bike just wants to go. Don't worry about it. You don't need to do anything. It just wants to go.
Well, the people that grew up riding in the 90s too, like back then it was like, get over the rear, get as far back as you can. No, that's not, you don't want to do that. That's bad.
That's still a habit. I'm finding myself braking every now and then.
Yeah.
So Shiny pointed out, just like, get that chin over the bar. Like, you don't need to stick your butt out. I'm like, I know, like modern bikes are basically doing half the work for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's funny is you guys are talking about going down. There's nothing down. I bought I've got a YT Izzo. I finally got it because I always rode a hardtail. Miami.
Yeah.
Zeki, what's going on, brother? I didn't know how to use a dropper seat. I was like, what do I need a dropper seat for? I almost switched it out back to a regular post. And then I realized I was with a buddy, God, he's going to kill me. Brian on a bike, my buddy Brian. I rode with him down here, and he's just like, for technical, You're getting technical. Drop that thing down. Now you can move the bike a little better. You don't got the seat in the way. And I almost like the seat in between my thighs to help control it. But he told me that, and I've gotten over some obstacles because of it. Totally off the subject. I'm impressed that you guys are both certified. Where am I at here? Jeff Jackson, mountain bike sounds like a challenge to the men of the chat here. Yeah. Oh, no, that's my wife. Come on, honey.
They're talking about leotards.
Oh, okay.
They've taken the train. They've hostage. And
I see. That's what I told her. I'm like, you guys, and then there's this over here, and it's throwing me off. So let's go back to this. Wasting tribute. Hold on. Let me do this again. Hold on. Let's hold on. You guys are getting. I can get a sticker.
Yeah, we can send you.
I can support you guys by buying some stickers.
Yeah.
What? $20? Oh, the big window sticker. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this stuff. I love that T-shirt.
Yeah, we got to order some new ones. We just ran out again.
So
but the Southeast has theirs.
We do.
Oh, is there a different website for that?
No, you have to get a hold of us. 1 second. I think I got one over here.
Okay.
Maybe. I do.
Oh, look at that.
Shout out Cognitive.
Look at Cognitive. Oh, you're all Cognitive.
There we go. Yeah, they got the Southeast one. So we just stole the logo and put Southeast on the top.
Nice.
It started as a sketch on a napkin, and I didn't think they took it seriously. So, and then it ended up as a thing. I like it though.
So Kenny, as this being your baby, and I know the thing says trail farts on the meet trail farts, Lily, but big part of what she is and what she's doing. What can we expect more for soldiers on Singletrack? What do you got? What do you have planned? What's cooking?
Ooh, that's a good question. We always have stuff cooking. We're working on a lot of different things. Some things I'm not gonna disclose just yet, but we're working on some more organized events, some bigger events, bringing some other folks in as well as trying to get more outreach to the veteran community. That is a big goal of ours, personally me, but I know everyone else that is involved in helping with this is just getting the word out to more veterans to try to show them they're not alone. They're able to come and join in and be a part of a good group of people and enjoy the sport of mountain biking and have a lot of fun doing it. So, we want to be in every state. That is a huge goal of ours, to have a crew in every state. That way everyone has an opportunity within their somewhat local area. Some states are big, some states are kind of small. I make fun of the Northeast for this, but we want the opportunity to be available to the veteran community, no matter where they're at. And so being able to facilitate that and get people involved in a way to help facilitate that is a massive goal where we're at right now.
And Lily, how can people get involved in your area or any area in the Southeast, since you are the lead, the chapter lead, if you will?
That'd be the Zacks. I was the women's, but I mean, for the East, I kind of handle some of the rides out here. It would be just to get a hold of us on, I think Instagram, they're the most active, but we did start a Facebook page. If you get on the Facebook page, if you get a hold of me, just if you message me, I'll add you to whatever chats I'm available I can, or I will push you out to whoever. We may not have we have some unofficial people. So we know some people like a dude in Georgia, like, hey, you want to go down to Georgia? We'll get you a hold of this guy. Or you want to go to Virginia? We got some dudes there, and I think I know more people on social media than I've met in person. I'd like to change that, especially with the women's chapter. Just get a hold of us. And again, in the future, probably some bigger things. I'd love to have definitely for the women's chat. I don't know if I mentioned that already, is to have a women's event, like a big event, and get as many people as we can, women veterans. And if you're a female veteran, please reach out, because that is Like, I think the hardest thing for me personally is finding other. It's already a small community, and it's a smaller community of female veterans, and then trying to get them to ride, and not just that, just introduce. That's what I would like to do, is be able to introduce riding. And I know for the Women of Oz event, I kind of opened my eyes, realized how much of a hurdle there is for. I think it's not a physical hurdle so much as a barrier of like, I can't keep up with the guys. I don't want to keep up with the guys. And like, I tell a lot of them, like, don't be intimidated. Just come out. I'm like, the guys wouldn't invite me to ride with them if they didn't mind waiting for me. So, you know,
I couldn't keep up with the Women's Mountain Bike Network in California.
we got some rippers.
Yeah, women are just, and if not better. Hold on, Aaron Key says we're spread out, but we are passionate. New England has some killer terrain too.
That they do.
Yeah, I want to ride Vermont big time.
Amazing.
So, man, there's so much. You guys are doing so much good. I mean, I know. What is it about mountain biking and the armed forces? I know there's trail dogs. There's, again, the bomber crew. There's you. There's EVA. It seems like the armed forces go right in there with mountain biking. What is it? Is it the adventure?
You know, I like to say it's like the pursuit of the edge, right? Mm-hmm. Especially those that have a lot of combat experience. You know, you have that thrill, the most intense parts of your life that you probably won't ever be able to experience again. So it's not necessarily the thrill of the chase, or you're trying to chase that high again, but you have that as a peak. And so it's peaks here, and then like normal life is like, wait, you can't even see my hand, right? Yeah. So it's just like some people turn to drugs and alcohol, unfortunately. Some people find other hobbies, but it's trying to get into that mentality state. So I personally believe that mountain biking as a whole really bridges that gap in, because like Lily said earlier, like if you're not paying attention, you're going to hug a tree or you're going to kiss the ground. Even when you are paying attention, guess what? You're still going to do those things. I have a road rash because I did it the other day. I just slipped for a split second. And it's one of those things where like you're fully focused in on a task. And I mean, most military people are task oriented people. Like they need that task. They are going to achieve that task at their best possible level. And mountain biking provides that, because guess what? Like there's always a challenge. No matter how good you are, you could get better. So it definitely adds an element for most veterans.
That's so true. What Aaron said here, you do hard shit.
Yeah.
And it matches you guys so well. Short Passion MTB in the house. Candace, what's up? New England does have, my wife says, is it something about the camaraderie too? Armed forces and the mountain bike community seem to have that in common.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
The two meld very well together. Like I've done a lot of open rides here in the Northwest where we've opened it to supporters as well. And being able to see like, it is like I said earlier, like you watch these people like kind of like try to figure each other out at the very beginning, but by the end of it, like there are some really funny jokes that come out at the end of the day and some really loud high fives. So it's amazing.
And Lily, on the same kind of thing, how's the camaraderie there with you guys and the guys and the Zacks? Let's not forget the Zacks. But what is that like afterwards for you with the camaraderie? Is it tight? Or people just go to these rides and you never see them again? Or is this something that sticks with you guys?
Oh, it definitely sticks. I mean, most of my friends I have out here, I met through mountain biking, and then like they picked up, I mean, one of the big things out here is pickleball. I had to mention that. I haven't played with these guys. I played once and didn't hate it. I'll give them crap about it all the time, but like they play pickleball together, or I know a couple of us went paddle boarding together. So it's like we do branch out from that. Gotten some of them Raffi's on here. The other hobby I have is flying drones. So like some of us have gotten together, and all of a sudden that has kind of we found drones as well, and because they're just fun to play with, little flying robots. But yeah, we just started. I don't know. Yeah, it's community.
So you guys are all like really tight. Nobody's been on a ride and just been like, well, that was fun. Thanks.
Yeah, if there were, then they probably just forgot.
Yeah.
Like some people ride and yeah, they're newer. I know one of the bigger rides, we had Wounded Warrior Project guys, and
Oh, wow.
one of them, I think they reached out to us, and then they brought like 5 or 10 of their dudes. And they're like, "Hey, when are we doing the next one?" So
it's awesome. What's my sister's asking? Do y'all do anything with Mission 22? I'm a bag of rocks. I don't know what that is.
That's another veteran organization. Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yet.
And short passion here. Candace says my husband is a chapter lead for Dirt Therapy. Has been so happy to find a group to ride with that same similar mindset.
Yeah,
it really truly is. It's amazing to me. I don't even know how to put this. It's really interesting to me that you guys all come together through what you're doing in mountain bike. And I guess it's what Aaron said back earlier. You guys do some hard shit, and mountain biking ain't easy.
No.
Again, I'm going to bring this up before, because we're getting a little long in the tooth. I don't want to keep you guys too much, and it's not long in the tooth in a bad way. I want to know more. Again, I want to reiterate, what can people do to support you guys, and when they do, what do you guys do with that?
Yeah, so monetarily, like the website shows, there's links to support us monetarily. So anything that comes in, we donate directly back into our programs. Me being the founder and running all the back end stuff along with my wife, like it's all volunteer ran. Lily and the Zacks, like it's all volunteer ran. Like nothing is coming into anyone's pockets. It is going directly back into our programs. Everything that the Southeast is doing right now, like their jerseys, their Southeast specific jerseys and shirts are going back into their group specifically so that they can host bigger and more rides in their area and to be able to do bigger camp weekends. So those are things that we do. Like I said earlier, we get parts and buy parts to build bikes for other veterans to get them into the sport. Helping with, like Lily said, racing. Our race program is kind of on the back burner at the moment. It's will come back, but when we were doing that, there's a trial error to kind of see where people were at and what we were doing, and we were helping with race fees and helping people get to race events and things like that, as well as trying to get them connected with shops or any type of industry folks to try to help alleviate some of those things. So anything that comes back into us, we pour right back into our chapters and our people within the organization.
And do we donate straight to you, and then Lily will get a kickback for what she needs out there? Or, I mean, how does that work?
So right now,
stuff and it'll go towards her chapter? Or?
Yeah. So with Lily specific, so the Southeast, and they have their run of jerseys that they did with Cognitive, as well as their t-shirts. So if you guys order and do anything through those guys, it comes to me, but it goes right back to them. They're getting ready to do another big event here soon. I'm pretty excited for them. And so it's really good to see that it is flourishing for them in a good way.
Can Lily talk about this big event?
Yeah.
You talking about the hockey one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Fayetteville Marksmen, it's just the minor league hockey team around here. They have a nonprofit of the night event, and we applied to that. We're going to find out more next month, like which game we get to go to, but they feature us. We get, I think it's like 100 tickets to sell. Wow. So we make profit back on that, and they get to feature us. Somebody gets to like talk. You get like their mascot will come out to an event, all sorts of stuff. It's actually really cool. So looking forward to that. I have no idea which game it'll be, but stay tuned.
Nice. My wife she's like me. Would love to be introduced to the doggos before everyone goes. What was your dog's name? What kind of is it? Is it one of those Chinese?
The one that was running up here,
Yeah.
that's Kelby. She's a Syrian trash dog. So
Syrian
I brought her.
trash?
Yeah, I brought her back from Syria. It's
Oh, wow.
yeah, Kelby's Best Life on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then yeah,
You said, hey, I'm gonna
yeah,
bring
just stuck her under my shirt and ran with it. No, it was a little more complicated than that.
I was gonna say.
There's
This is great, guys. I hope whatever I did here with you guys helps you a little bit more. I appreciate you guys coming on and discussing Lily, especially talking about your journey as a mountain biker, and then Kenny coming on talking about you two and what you guys got going on here. It's just amazing. I didn't know there was such a need for it, but I know that there's a need for it, and it's great that you guys are what you're doing.
Well, thank you for having me on, and then obviously Lily as well.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was like, "Oh, Lily, trail farts. That'll be fun. We can talk about farts." And then she was like, "Can Kenny come on?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, more the merrier, man. Let's do it.
Have a party."
Before we go, it's a tradition now. I do a rapid fire questions, and now that I've got two people, this should be interesting. Would you guys be willing to do a little rapid fire?
Go for it.
It's not anything. It's not like square root of something. So here we go. Oh, hold on. Air Blair just jumped in. Who farted? Great show, you guys. Nobody farted. Her name is Trail Farts. Hold on. Let's bring some more people in. Bomber Crew and EVA help veterans and active military active. Sometimes can't get counsel because they're active. So dirt therapy helps. They both rock. And so do these guys. Give these kids a follow. Soldiers on Singletrack and Trail Farts. Okay, let's start off the first rapid fire. Candace Erica's got it.
Oh.
Chamois or no chamois? Chamois or no chamois?
Depends on the ride. I've been venturing into gravel, so I've been wearing the I call them my bike diapers. So usually no, but yeah.
Oh, I got to. Kenny?
Trail rides, yes. Downhill, no.
Yeah, I guess you're not really sitting. You don't. I really shouldn't have had to wear those when I was out in Sky Park. Got a little, and I need chamois butter. Okay, the first one, nickname your parents used to call you.
Melon.
You say melon?
Yeah. I had a really big head as a kid.
He's like a bobblehead. And what were yours? Lily?
Scooter.
Scooter.
That was one of them.
I love that. Favorite childhood show?
Simpsons.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Simpsons.
Oh, you guys are babies.
Oh, well, actually, I take that back. Beavis and Butthead. That was my favorite.
Oh, you're still babies.
Yeah.
Like kid, like childhood.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, stuff like that.
Oh
no.
Watch the Saturday morning ones, whatever those ones. Yeah. Rugrats and all
that. Which one? Runner Stimpy.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy, yeah.
Stimpy was a solid. That's a solid one. That was like a rated R. Okay, next one. Cake or pie?
Pie.
You know what? There's a joke about that. No one ever jumps out of a pie at a party because it'll be like, go take a shower.
Yeah.
But pie is so good. I love blueberry. Horror movie or romantic comedy?
Horror movie.
Horror movie.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd say romantic comedy.
Just to say it.
My wife has been going for almost 2 weeks. She was in Jackson Hole, and that's all I watched was horror. Describe yourself in 3 words. It's a tough one.
God.
She's thinking. She says she's not good about talking about herself. Kenny, you got something?
In the same boat.
Okay, we can skip that one.
Let's do that.
What one person you admire? Oh, come on. Just say dad or mom or something like that.
Oh, my husband. Oh,
that's sweet. You hear that, honey?
She didn't want to get her in trouble.
Yeah, I'd have to say my wife.
Wow, you guys are good. If you won the lottery, what would be your first purchase?
That's easy.
Oh, nothing responsible.
Exactly.
Probably a bike.
Some sort of bike.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I might get a motorcycle.
Now, would it be an e-bike?
Mm,
Probably, actually. Yeah.
maybe.
I've
Yeah.
been
Honestly, I'm 50 years old. I have everything now.
I do a
Yeah.
lot
You
of
know what I mean?
long climbs where I live, and so that would be really nice.
Yeah.
If I lived in Bentonville, I'd buy an e-bike. That's the one place I would absolutely buy an e-bike. It's
I'd
Bentonville.
buy an e-bike here that's flat. I just could ride longer. 85% humidity and 95 degrees is not good. What was your first job?
I worked at a horse stable.
Nice.
Yeah, taking care of horses.
My first real job was McDonald's inside of a Walmart.
They have restaurants and Walmarts. Well, obviously, you've worked
There
at
you
one.
go.
Yeah, that was my very first real job.
Wow, that's awesome. I was washing dishes. 15 years old, had to have work permit.
Yep.
And it was before they had those big dishwashers and stuff. I actually had to scrub every dish and pan by hand at a restaurant. Oh, God. So anywho, okay, hold on a second. Lily would buy that $90,000 drone that you could sit in if she won the lottery.
Oh, it's called a Jetson. It exists.
Properly
It's a thing. Yeah, I'd probably buy one of those. I'd buy two, because what's the fun of flying by yourself?
Yeah, you want to fly with somebody. Hey, honey, I think I heard something about spouses admiring each other. Not sure. I turned the volume down. Ba-dum. Guys, well, thank you so much. This has been an incredible blast meeting you both. It's such a pleasure. I can't thank you enough.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, and you got more than you expected probably with this.
Always.
Too much. Folks, I've got all their stuff down in the comments that you can follow them on their Instagrams. I've got a link to where you can donate to Soldiers on Singletrack. I've got a link for their website as well by itself. Give them a follow, donate, get a sticker, buy a shirt, whatever. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, thank you for having us on.
I hope I did you good.
Yeah.
Folks, now if you can, go get your bike sturdy.
Oh, I need to wash it first.